Welcome on YouTube and Facebook. Video fans and Miami fans. It's your bullshit gamer. If you like this content, last time, share, like, and follow. Good. Make sure you get a Blu-ray on this. That's really my fans, just must below my DMs and my comments girl will make it message in my session. If you want, I'll talk it. I'm doing my WWE 2K25 promotion lesson. It's for free, and you could find me and do DMs on social media. I'm eventually try to get enough stuff up on it. See if you want to join them, join that way too. So there's it for now. And during the matchup, you have to Girl will make you a bun. Girl will make you a meal. Girl not leaving. Oh, God. I will make it in second. Hold on. It was something. It was something. I'll make it in second. Hold on. I do. Hold on, guys. I'll get beer ripping out and get to the thing. There's a matchup right going to happen, but we'll get into it in a second. It's Atlanta Falcons Sunday night primetime. Atlanta Falcons, who's 0-1, take on Minnesota Vikings 0-1 at 8:20 p.m. at U.S. Bank Stadium. The matchup they chose, Atlanta won the off point 3G. Minnesota won the passing yards. Atlanta won the rushing yards. Minnesota won opponent PTS/G. Atlanta won opponent passing yards. Won opponent rushing. Top players for Atlanta. Free safety, Jay Bates third. He's 0 passing deflections right now. Halfback B. Robinson, he is 4 yards per carry, 63 yards. And my receiver D. Lemon, who has 0 receptions, 30 yards. And now for Minnesota, top 3 players. Wide receiver Jay Jefferson, who's 8 receptions, 79 receiving yards. Defensive tackle Jay Allen, 4 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. And free safety H. Smith, 0 interceptions, 0 passing defense. So next, let's check out injuries. Injuries for Atlanta. Left tackle Jay Matthew, he's out for the game. Minnesota injuries. Right tackle B. O'Neal, he's out for game. Mike Asma, 2, out for game. And my receiver, Jay Nolan, is out. So when we get back, we will play the game.
brings you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
His team fell in their season opener a week ago, now hitting the road, looking for their first win. On the other sideline, it is the Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. His guys also fell in the opener a week ago, so we've got a couple of teams here desperately wanting to avoid an 0-2 start. The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here on Sunday Night Primetime. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Vikings come out. Technically, it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy. But really, it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Mike, this is a big boy game, and sometimes the unfortunate truth is your performance was the difference between a win and a loss. And I think if you asked him, he'd be the first one to say, listen, my performance last week was not good enough. I have to make better decisions. I have to be more careful with the ball and where I put it. So his ability to improve from last week's game, both in production and decision-making, is probably the #1 storyline to follow heading into today's game.
He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one.
Incomplete.
It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. It'll be a Vikings first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball. Give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
To the air once more is McCarthy. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Minnesota.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Jones. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. In the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. He's got it at about the 8. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
To throw is McCarthy. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
McCarthy gonna look to throw again. Here comes the screen to Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. They'll look to throw for it with McCarthy. He's got his big tight end, John Oliver. Touchdown, Minnesota. Minnesota. For J.J. McCarthy, a long time coming, but his first touchdown pass in an NFL regular season game. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
On now. Extra point. Here's Will Riker. And he misses the extra point. No good, and this will remain a 6-0 game. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Jamal Agnew now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Falcons come out there led by Michael Penix, the second-year quarterback out of Washington. Greg taking over late last year and winning the job. As the Atlanta Starting quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working. I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
Another run here for Robinson. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Falcon first down. They'll go again with Robinson. Into the secondary again. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18. And here comes Robinson on a toss to the right. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Eric Wilson on the tackle. So, from 37, here's 2nd and 9.
At the 37-yard line.
From the gun, here is Penix. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd down, 3 to go.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. They get 16 on that connection. First down, Atlanta.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Atlanta.
On play action, Penix. That is caught at the 3. To the goal line and in. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Atlanta. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. Greg, they say flush a game after you lose, right? But when you built up all year for the opener and you get blown out, is it even harder to flush the players?
Well, certainly that's the question, Mike. And regardless of how much the coach stands up there and you try to say, hey, it's a new week, we've got to move forward. And certainly that's the case in the NFL. If you let bad losses linger, you're going to find yourself in a bigger hole. So the problem is you spend all week and you spend all season saying, okay, this is week 1. We're going to get off to a great start. And you lay an egg and you're non-competitive. The last thing you want in the NFL, Mike, is for doubt to set in. So we're going to find out pretty quickly here in this one. Was last week just 1 out of 17 and then move on, or is this going to be signs of things to come as the rest of this season unfolds? I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
The Falcons offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. And you play a tight game and lose. How it changes the feeling coming into this week.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into 2, one bad play to turn into 2. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good and there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
He'll come up to 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Penix. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Jonathan Allen. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season. 4th down, the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. This a 46-yard attempt. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons extend their lead to 10-6.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo, and we'll start this one with 1st and 10. He is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's McCarthy. Defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 13.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Now a fair catch is taken here, just short of the 45-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to take over once more. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. On 2nd down, Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. He's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got 3rd down coming up.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
They'll throw. It's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
Wow, how he got away from that first defender, I have no idea. This will wind up with positive yardage on the play. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Mooney in motion. Plant. It's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. He missed it. And the lead holds steady at 4.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick 1st down.
Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll go back to Jones on 1st down. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. A.J. Terrell up for the tackle.
2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. That's going to be incomplete. Hopkins very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
McCarthy from the gun here on third down. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' first down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on fourth down.
Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To throw once more. Here's McCarthy. He's going to run it. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down. First and goal.
17 more yards. That's another Vikings first down.
They'll run it here with Jones. A second effort, and he is in. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Will Riker now on for the extra point. It's up and it's good. The kicks away. Agnew on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense ready for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. You're going to go play action with Penix. That is downfield to the tight end Pitts. A gain there. of 27 yards.
First down, Atlanta.
Now the lefty panics up. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And no turnover here. Let the Flyers able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Welcome. We're on end of first quarter. Is Atlanta Falcons 10 and Minnesota Vikings 13.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. 13-10 is our score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. The Falcons have it to start quarter number 2. And they are facing a second and long. Throwing is Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. Well, they'll get some of the sack yards back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
A big gain on the play, but it's third down.
From the gun on third down. Here's Penix. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. Mekhi Blacksman there from his corner spot. He came in on the rush, and he records the sack. So on fourth down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And this will not help the cause. He's going back. Tackle back at the 8.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
So they go backwards on first down. Here's second and 13. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Gonna look deep, looking for more. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Third and long.
Xavier Watts on the coverage.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it's going to be fourth down. A fair catch will be taken here with that flag down by the punter. And this might keep the drive alive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll run the toss here with Jones. And they'll bring down around the 27-yard line. Hayden Ellis in on that stop.
A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 27-yard line.
Here's second and 6. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Moving left. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Third and 6. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Play action now. It's McCarthy. That one they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
A.J. Terrell on the coverage.
They'll go play action here with McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of
First
14
one for
yards.
Jefferson. And a first down to go with it.
First down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage of it.
He'll take this forward for about 5. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Gain of 19 yards. That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the give, it's Jones. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 5. He'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. To throw, it's McCarthy. He's got his man, Jefferson. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
Loss of 2.
Task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. To throw is McCarthy. He keeps it himself, and he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. J.J. McCarthy, touchdown Minnesota. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. But in this case, he's able to come his guys and get the
away. Agnew on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Here's Bijan Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. So, Greg, let's pull back big picture and talk NFC South for a second, a division that you know so well. We've got teams that have been to the Super Bowl in the last 15 or so years out of this division, yet people overlook it at times. Maybe they've overlooked how good Tampa's been the last 4 years, too.
Well, it's funny, Mike, you think it wasn't very long ago that the NFC South was the toughest division in football. I mean, you mentioned Super Bowl teams. Tampa Bay won one recently with Brady. And then Atlanta, they make a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan. And New Orleans.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Andrew Van Ginkel. He works his way in, and that's now 5 sacks for him on the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Andrew Van Ginkel. He's able to get to the quarterback for the second time here in this first half. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Penix. And they're going to get him once again. He's under siege. That is 3 in a row. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. There's Kevin O'Connell, NFL Coach of the Year in 2024. His Vikings head back out there. Greg, the NFC North has become such a fun division over the last few years. Think of the geography and the legacy. It's always been, because of the proximity, a fun division with great rivalries. But with almost all the teams playing well, save the Bears over the last few years, it's almost heightened the awareness of how good the NFC North can be.
I think going into the season, I make the argument it's the best division in football. And I think when the worst team, I know they were 5-12 with the Chicago Bears, but to me, there's a lot of wins built in there. Now they bring in Ben Johnson and continue to build around Caleb Williams. That feels like there's a lot more wins built into that 5-12 record if they just get themselves organized and get some pieces around Caleb Williams, and that's what they've done. So, yes, Detroit and Minnesota, Green Bay, they've clearly been the top 3 for the last couple years, but if Chicago and that roster, if that's your 4th best team in your division, man, I'll tell you what, those are going to be some really competitive division games this year.
And I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the length of the franchises. But when these divisions go head-to-head, there always is a legacy feel that just is additive to the anticipation of those matchups.
Yeah, and every one of these franchises has significant history for a lot of different reasons. They have Hall of Fame players, Hall of Fame coaches, some of the most iconic individuals in the history of the league have played for these 4 organizations over the last 50-plus years. So there's so much into it, more than just the matchup on the field in that moment, and you can feel it with how much the fan bases rally behind their team.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down from the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5.
Second down at the 42-yard line.
And here comes Robinson. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, taken down behind the line. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Atlanta. This brought in out past the 20. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Vikings offense ready to take over once again. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release, the draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind, interested to see how they fit in the league as the season gets going.
You know, obviously, so much attention around the quarterback position. Cam Ward goes #1, and then obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit, Mike, I think you look at Ashton Genty. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early part. Pete Carroll took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their first round.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, a Heisman winner. Colorado, great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
That's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat on something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful players? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league favors the offense with the rules and the play style. So if I'm Jacksonville, I'm making Travis Hunter a defensive back on day one, and then I'm going to package my offensive plays around his skill set to take advantage of him as a wide receiver. And then as time goes on, it will eventually unfold where he'll be able to have a role on both sides of the ball more consistently. But if I was in Jacksonville, that's what I would do. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how fast and how big of a role on both sides.
Down the field, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time.
Incomplete.
And now it's fourth down.
Ryan Wright in punt formation for the Vikings.
And that is dropped.
Makes the score Vikings 20, Falcons 10.
Now Robinson. And he'll get back to midfield. So no gain on that one. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Here's a toss left side for Robinson. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage. Not gaining any either. It's 3rd down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
First down, Falcons.
They go play action with Cousins. That's caught right side. It's London. And he'll be out of bounds. Down at the 20.
It's a game.
1st and 10.
First down, Atlanta.
Quick slap. Caught by McLeod. And the Falcons are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
At the 4-yard line.
Robinson. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across. Setting up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Oh, he feels the pressure and he'll go down back at the 6. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And back at the 6-yard line, what can they do on 3rd and goal? Cousins gonna throw. He's got it at the 3. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
4th down and goal.
Pitts is the man in motion. Cousins to throw for it on 4th down. And this will pay off. It is caught. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons. Koo able to add the extra point. And the Falcons are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now McCarthy moving to his left. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
Big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
One final throw before the break. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. This one popped in the air and intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're the halftime, and the score is Atlanta Falcons 17 and Minnesota Vikings 20. Let's get back to the game.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators. Trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard mark. And Falcons offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7 in all outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin. Vikings in London playing the Browns the very next week. Broncos and Jets. Rams and Jags will also play in London week 6 and 7. Falcons and the Colts are going to be in Germany in week 10. And then the Commanders and Dolphins wrap up the international slate. That's in Madrid week 11. Greg, this has been such an additive part to the NFL season, all of these international games.
Yeah, I can tell you, Mike, having played one of the international games towards the end of my career in London, when I played for Carolina, it's a great experience. It's fun for the players, it's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the fans and the families. So I expect this slate to continue to expand. There's so many fun international cities around the world that love NFL football.
And from what you hear, there's more to come. We could be at the point someday, very soon, where every team plays one game outside of the U.S. in each regular season. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone.
First down, Falcons.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Second down at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
Play action now. It's Cousins. Over the middle, he gets that to McLeod.
Cousins pass.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Cousins. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down. Jonathan Allen. He's been tough to stop all night. Now with 3 sacks in the game. Whose kick is good. And the Falcons will tie the game here in the third quarter.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense takes the field. The Vikings offense ready for their first possession of this second half. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35, where even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival, so you won a coin toss. And
that is caught by the tight end. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Atlanta. That his second touchdown tonight. Koo able to add the extra point. And Falcons will go up by 7.
Vikings 20.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
First and 10.
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And the defense strings him out. He'll fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Try again. It's second and 10.
Brings up second down. At the 31.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. That was short field, looking to build on the lead. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be second down.
Brings up second down.
Now, Cousins. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
And it's third down.
To throw is Cousins. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Take him back to the other side of midfield. Jonathan Allen. He gets in to register his squad's 10th sack of this one.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
The Vikings offense about ready to take over once more. Up the middle, here's Jones. And the defense signaling safety here. The official says he made it out of the end zone, but not by much.
Second and 11 at the 1-yard line.
They run it once more with Jones. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
And 12.
Setting up to throw is McCarthy. And this ball incomplete on third down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The Falcons offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. Mooney in motion. Taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second down, they need 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Off the play fake, here's Cousins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Eric Wilson bursting in for yet another sack. His guys now have 11 for the game. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Cousins to throw. Oh, this pass run dialed in right now. They get him again.
You know, we can sit up here all day long and critique the quarterback, and you can see his eyes aren't downfield. He's a little jittery in the pocket. But with the amount he's been sacked and hit today, Mike, I can't say I really blame him.
Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This a 48-yard attempt. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Vikings offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. On the ground now with Jones. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 32 yards. That's good for a Vikings first down. First and 10 at the
throwing here on first and 10 is McCarthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. A defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And 10 yards to go.
McCarthy from the gun here on third down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down. There's an old saying in golf, Mike, that when you're on the green, never up, never in. In this case, the ball's on target. It just didn't have enough steam to get there. Winds up no good.
And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. Second and inches.
Brings up second and inches.
They'll go again with Robinson. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Pick up on the 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Falcon first down.
First down, Falcons.
Now, this looks like a design run.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Another run here for Robinson. This time they're ready for him. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing now, Cousins. Rolling right. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on 3rd down. Now, faking the give. It is brought in the end zone. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Falcons. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening.
Makes the score.
And it's just so hard to play defense down this close to your own goal line. Of course, you have to be prepared for any sort of goal line run. But then these play-action passes down here are just so hard to account for everybody. And it's simply an easy pitch and catch and results in a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And he gets buried on the return way back at the 10.
The Vikings take over.
Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. On 1st down, here's McCarthy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Hayden Ellis. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he's got another one. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown Atlanta. 3 touchdowns for the game. His first 3 of the year. And this has to feel good for this team, Greg. After losing week 1, to continue to add to the lead here in the 4th quarter and get themselves likely back to 500.
Yeah, just a really nice bounce-back performance. After talking to them, they felt really disappointed in their week 1 performance. They felt like they got off to a slow start, so now here in week 2, bounce back, deal with a little adversity early in the season. I think this is going to bode well as the rest of this year plays on.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Chandler now to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But he can get the turnaround going here. He'll start this drive with 1st down. A run. Here's Mason. Wow, it wasn't for lack of effort. He tried every which way to elude the defense, but he was outnumbered. They finally got him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of yardage. It's a win for the visiting Falcons. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Minneapolis.